Welcome to Going to Elementary School in British Columbia, where we offer useful information about our school system. Let's begin with an overview. School is in session from the beginning of September to the end of June, with holiday breaks in December, March, and July through August. For individual school districts, there may be some additional days. Please check individual district websites. School begins at age 5, optional, or 6, mandatory, and kindergarten to grade 7, age 5 to age 12 or 13, is usually called the elementary grades. Subject areas studied in the elementary grades include English Language Arts, Mathematics, Physical and Health Education, Science, Social Studies, Applied Design, Skills and Technologies, Arts Education, Dance, Drama, Music and Visual Arts, Career Education, and Core French or French Immersion. How is elementary school in BC the same or different than in other countries? In many ways, school is school anywhere in the world. But in some ways, elementary schooling in BC is different from what you may expect. Here are some questions and answers to help you understand the BC school system. What is the best school for my child? The best school for your child is the one in your neighborhood, so your child can make friends more easily, and everyone goes to school together. This includes children who are members of all social and economic groups, speak a language other than English at home, have difficulties learning the curriculum, have physical, intellectual, or emotional challenges or disabilities, are gifted and talented learners, are a combination of some or all of the above. How well does my child need to do to move up to the next grade? Children move from grade to grade based on age, not ability. Children who need more time to learn the curriculum still move to the next grade level with other children the same age. Teachers are trained to support learning for each child as an individual. This means that a child who has some learning challenges will be supported by the teacher at the level at which that child can learn. In the same way, children who are gifted will be provided with a program that will challenge them so they continue to expand their ability to think and learn. Both children will learn the same curriculum at a level that is most appropriate for them. Will my child receive help with English? Students get English language learner help when they don't have enough English to meet grade level expectations. English language learner teachers teach both English and the specialized vocabulary of academic courses that students will study in the future. It can take 2 years to learn basic English communication skills. It can take more than 5 years to learn the language of textbooks. How is learning in schools the same and different from what we're used to? Learning takes place in many different ways. How we learn best is different for everyone. Some learn well by just listening and writing down facts and ideas. However, we know that learning is easiest if the learner is actively involved in the process. To create ways of learning that will help students learn best, teachers design learning tasks that allow students to learn in many different ways. In BC schools, you will see many different types of activities, all designed to help students learn. Learning can be work done alone, group or pair work in class, activities completed outside of school, alone or with others, field studies or field trips, written work, oral work, hands-on, and play, either individually or in groups. Group work is an important way to learn and is part of schoolwork for all ages. Learning as part of a group is an important part of the curriculum. Working together to complete a project or task means all members of the group learn both social and academic skills as well as the content task assigned. Working as part of a team, doing your share and doing it well, is a valuable skill for school and life. And sometimes group work looks like play. Play is an important part of learning. Play is essential to social, physical, emotional, and intellectual development. Activities that look like play are carefully designed to allow learners to develop their coordination, imagination, teamwork, and ability to follow rules and take turns. All of these help them with future learning. It also helps them to work both independently and with others. Teachers keep careful records as they observe students at play and use this information to build future learning experiences. It's important to note that most early learning takes place through play. Play-based learning is a key component of the kindergarten curriculum. Learning out loud is an important skill set. Children first learn about their world by living and interacting with others. They learn language through listening and speaking first. Talk is also a way to learn to think and eventually to read and write. The BC curriculum includes talking as part of the English language arts and includes it in other content areas as well. Children often practice speaking with very short presentations such as show and tell. And as their skills develop, more sophisticated tasks such as discussions and formal debates are required. Learning how to learn is more important than amassing facts. Students are expected to memorize some facts, but learning how to access information when needed is considered as important, if not more so. For example, memorizing multiplication tables is considered something all children should do. Memorizing the names and dates of all Canadian prime ministers and provincial premiers is not considered to be that important. However, knowing how and where to access this information if it's needed to write a report or make a presentation is considered important. Because knowledge in many subject areas is constantly changing, knowing how and where to find the latest and most accurate information in that area is an important skill. All children are taught both facts to memorize and the skills for how to find answers for those things that are not memorized. Will my child have homework? Why? And how much homework will there be? Homework has many purposes, including to get ready for new learning the next day, practice and strengthen understanding of some of what has been learned, increase fluency in reading and writing, for example, increase vocabulary knowledge, and practice working on tasks both independently and in groups. Some examples of homework include completing assigned classwork, reading silently or aloud, watching a specific program on TV or the internet to gain more information about a topic under study, writing tasks, working with classmates on a project, and gathering information from various sources such as the library, the internet, and more. Often there is no homework in the primary grades and approximately 30 minutes a day for intermediate. This may vary from student to student. How will I learn about my child's progress? What is Communicating Student Learning, or CSL? Along with some informal reporting throughout the year, your child will receive one mid-year report card, one year-end report card, and a year-end written summary of learning that outlines student learning and growth across the year. This method of evaluation may look different than what you're used to. Rather than providing letter grades, we use the Communicating Student Learning (CSL) approach. Communicating Student Learning provides regular and ongoing information sharing that allows both learners and parents to gauge where the student is in their learning, what they are working towards, and how that learning can be supported. It focuses on the strength-based assessment of a child's learning. This gives a full picture of how a student is doing at school. It allows parents to understand how their child's learning is developing. This continuous window into their child's progress encourages them to take an active part by working closely with teachers to help ensure their child's progress. The process also helps guide and empower students to reflect on their learning and set future goals. Will my child receive letter grades? And how are letter grades decided? Letter grades are no longer given from kindergarten to grade 9. Instead, teachers use the CSL approach, where students are assessed using a strength-based proficiency scale called the Provincial Proficiency Scale. This scale reflects the strengths of the student. It describes what students can do, rather than what they cannot do. These descriptors include the following levels of progress: emerging, developing, proficient, and extending. Student progress is reported to parents on the Students Communicating Student Learning CSL report card. Along with using the Provincial Proficiency Scale to report on student progress, teachers write anecdotal reports about the student's learning strengths, areas for growth, and ways to support learning, as well as a year-end summary of learning that outlines student learning and growth across the year. In some cases, a student's progress may not be indicated using the Provincial Proficiency Scale. For example, if their English proficiency is too low to allow for assessment, or they have special educational needs that prevent assessment. To learn more about communicating student learning and the Provincial Proficiency Scale, please contact your child's teacher and/or school. Why are some students in classes with 2 grades and others are not? Would I want my child in such a class? Why or why not? Sometimes schools combine classes for pedagogical purposes or to accommodate the maximum amount of catchment students. A combined or split class refers to a class that is made up of students from 2 or more grades. Combined classes occur most frequently in elementary schools and are the combination of students in 2 different grades with one teacher teaching both curricula. For example, a school might have a grade 2-3 class combination or a grade 6-7 class combination. It's important to know that students in combined classes are not held back to the level of the younger children, nor are the children in the lower grade expected to do work beyond their abilities. The learning standards are grade appropriate for all students, whether or not they're in a combined class. What can I do to help my child be successful in school? Continue to develop the first or home language. Realize that your child is facing a huge challenge socially, emotionally, and academically. Celebrate and offer support for your child's successes. Participate in community and school programs with your child. And encourage your child to participate in extracurricular activities. We hope that this video provides you with a better understanding of the school system that your students will be experiencing. More information on the topics covered in this video is available on the Vancouver School Board website.